Also, this song's so fucking funny, man. She sounds like me in my first video. It's very low energy. It's like just an objectively bad performance. But it's got the little beat boops, which are pretty cool. I do like the animation. Too much Garu, but what are you gonna do? Oh no, it's Evil Moo, or Digimon. No! It's Nannymon. Having a poor Golem's face? He looks very different in this game. Now we got like Magic Pendulum type music out of nowhere. Okay, we're not gonna like listen to all of this. And the reason, like, it's Monster Rancher, you know what Monster Rancher is. The story doesn't matter that much. People love this lady. There's a lot going on already. But, as you will see, it takes quite a while before you get to play the game. Anyway, you have amnesia. You don't know why. It turns out it's because you killed a Mochi. Your name is Fane, which is like a 14-year-old white girl's like first OC. First experience of Monster Rancher 4. Well, hopefully you don't care too much about the story. Maybe it's good if you do care about the story because it's nothing but story. We're giving this Garu. Fun to have a Monster Rancher game where like, I'm gonna be talking a lot of shit about this game. People love this game. This game is like kind of okay once you get into it. And Monster Rancher is not a game you're starting new files on all the time, right? So it's fine. But if you're starting a new file, it's fucking horrendous trying to get into it. Even then I was mad you had a dedicated starter. It felt like, even as a kid, I was like, how soon can I get rid of this guy? I do have it unlocked. Okay, I got everything unlocked. So we're gonna go get a monster that we actually want to use later. Gel in this game has like 3 things it can mix with. It sucks. Like, why'd they do this? Mochi, you know, it's Monster Rancher 3 Mochi. We got Baseball Boy, which is one of my favorites. We used him last time we played. If we were gonna play Garu, we might play the apes instead. Was that a Color Pandora Golem? Yes, it was. The models don't look too bad. No, the models don't look terrible. I think just the overall, like, art direction of the game is, like, very 2003, 2004. Like, it's just muddy and kind of gross. We got Pirate Ape, Red Shorts Ape, and we got Peepo Ape. Peepo Ape is just the regular one. He thinks he's Peepo. I think Medillo would be fun simply because nobody knows him. Medillo's an interesting guy. Peach Dillo. Mr. Fujiyama. This is like, you're gonna pick Drivadillo, right? What does it say? Margiro instead of Marlboro? What the hell is Margiro? Bam Margiro, my favorite skateboarder from the early 2000s. It's kind of funny. They gave him a hammer. He looks sad though. Puta Ranodon. It's supposed to be Pteranodon, but his name is Puta Ranodon. Why did they do that? That's my nickname in high school. This one is amazing. Can I get my world's biggest quack from the chat? Ew. Oh, I don't even remember this guy. Oh no, why? He's so fluffy. But like, he's wearing like a skin suit. Can I zoom in? I kind of don't want to zoom in. I can't figure out how, and we're just gonna... Ah! That actually scared me. Oh, look at... Get out of here. The reason we're looking at all the monsters is, one, we need to go get a new monster that isn't Garu, because I don't want to raise Garu. I forgot about this. We got Null we have to fight. Blixie Clingy! This isn't the good Blixie Clingy. Cooler Kids is the name of the band who did that, like, embarrassing song at the beginning. They just reused that name in Monster Rancher DS, and Blixie Clingy is the combo of Poncho and Duckin, when it looks like Pop-Up Pirate. I love Poncho. Poncho is my absolute favorite monster, even more than Niton. Sorry, bud. And it's kind of like how I am feeling. I love Poncho. Poncho is like hot dog butt in this game. He's not great in Monster Rancher 3, but he's way better in Monster Rancher 3 than he is in this. Also, like, I think this is a pretty good example of he looks great in Monster Rancher 3, and taking the exact same model and just texturing it differently, like they did here, trying to make it look realistic. It just, I don't think it looks very good at all. Melancho is like up there as like top tier Poncho. And then there's Baby Dino, who's also 10 out of 10. They didn't need to make him look like this, man. Another monster that like they tried to like make look too realistic. And now he's nasty. This guy looks like an anime, but what anime does he look like? Lloyd. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you. Still a bad guy, but yeah, it's Lloyd, yeah. Dude, I'm kind of a rock and roller fan. I like the pomp he's got going on. Suzerain, we love Suzerain here, don't we, folks? But I'm always raising Suzerain in this game, so we're trying something different this time. Wizarding, kind of grimdark and funny. This one's amazing. This is why they do this to my boy. I really like Lesion, and again, that's exactly how I feel about this. They've, like, that's it for Hanger. You got Hanger, and you got Ambush, and that's it. They didn't even, like, make Hanger mix with anything. Lots of things mix with Hanger as a subtype, but nothing mixes with Hanger as a main. This is kind of cool, Bug Flower. Its hands are nasty, though. Look at its eyes. Why doesn't they give him eyes? This dude's gonna have a concussion. Color Pandora is another character that didn't need to be... They didn't need to make it look more realistic, right? I think they, like, really nailed it in Monster Rancher 3, and I think everyone agrees. And then... I don't know why they did this. Like, why did they do this, man? I love this. Dude, the sword, and just being a big-ass cleaver is sick. He's got a little face on his belt. Baku's, like, got gnarly teeth in this game, just like he did in 2, or 3, sorry. This guy's got Juggalo vibes. I don't know how to describe it or explain it. I haven't raised a duck in this game either. The problem is the, like, raising multiple monsters at the same time thing does not work if they're not all, like, built around the same stats. Duck Fever? Oh my god. This is kind of cool, though. Like, I can't spin it around to, like, see a better angle. But he's hollow, right? Like, kind of hollow. You can see the little arena in the middle. Look how long this dude's face is. That's a snout. This dude's a Borzoi. It's Dromojimon. No, we have Dromojimon at home. And it's like such a loser haircut, though. Gelaton. This was a pretty common pick when my cousin and I were playing this as kids. Melkarba in this game is adorable. He's just a little guy with a big-ass nose. Maybe we raise a Melkarba. B-Gator's sick, though. They give him the black mage eyes. Mew in this game, they went back to the doll design. So it's kind of interesting how in every single game, I think Mew looks more different in the first 4 games than any other monster, like game to game. You have stuff like hair that like from 2 to 3 is wildly different, but 3 and 4 are basically the same. Monster Rancher 1 Mew, or Nya, is like very monstrous in design, and like it's kind of flat, and like it looks like a cursed doll. And then Monster Rancher 2 is like, it's still a doll, it's still got the zipper in the back, but it's much more animalistic. And then 3, they kind of did away with the doll designs to make it an animal completely, and now it's like, you know, back in the other direction. The textures on the Mews in the game do look good, though. Out of all the textures that are like in the game, these are definitely some of the best. Very Little Big Planet, yeah, for sure. Cocodrilo. Cocodrilo. Pollo. That fucking video. I can never say it without thinking of that. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This is like the most brain rot shit.
Gatto. Gatto.
But what could possibly happen?
Leon.
But this is the one.
Pollo.
Pollo. This is the killer one. What kind of post is this?
Cocodrilo. Cocodrilo.
Gadgeter G, the big motherfucking belt he's got on, the MF belt. Look at the fucking magazines he's got hanging off his hands. Moose, it's me.
Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house.
We should raise an Antland. Antland is like a character that kind of doesn't do anything. Like, his stat line is not set up to, like, fight. Iggy got most of the int love for this game. It's basically, you would know better than me, but it's mostly just it and Phoenix, right? And then Dragon has like a couple of attacks, but Dragon's power attacks are still better. Why did Monster Rancher do int attacks so poorly? So, in this game, intelligence attacks are almost exclusively, like, focused on withering. Most of them don't do any damage, so intelligence attacks are like a thing you would do if you want to play a lockout playstyle. And, you know, that's just the way they decided to build the game. But also, this game is like, the more power you have, the less you get withered by power attacks, and more intelligence you have, the less you get withered by intelligence attacks. So they tried to, like, make it so you could just, like, go big on a stat and, like, tank withering. But it doesn't really work because you don't need the defense, right? So it's like, you know, you can just simply build like a regular like attack monster and not get withered. I kind of like how like misshapen this dude's head is. He looks like a gremlin. Defense still sucks here. It's just that like defense doesn't actually suck in this game because of like they finally made it okay, and they made it okay by like making the game kind of shitty. Because you can do counterattacks in this game where you pick rock paper scissors, and if you guess right, your opponent's attack doesn't go through, and they take damage and withering based on how much damage and withering they would have done to you. So tanks effectively have a 33% chance to not only dodge every single attack by just trying to counter every single attack, they also have the potential for you to waste guts attacking into them. But counterattacks suck. They're very, very strong. They're very, very like over centralizing. If there was like a PvP scene for this game, I think everything would be counterattacks. Peak Monster Rancher Force 2 max defense Durahens, throwing swing every second and trying to counter every attack. Swing is so funny because it's like, it's not overtuned in the way that like an attack like Golem's Brow Hit is overtuned. It's overtuned in the way that like Metal Nurse Straight is overtuned, where it's like the move on its own is not game winning, right? Like it doesn't have instant game winning potential, but its numbers are so fucking stupid that you can just like fire it off a million times and you only gotta land it a couple of times, and like you're probably gonna land it a couple of times. Flamigo. Oh my god, they stole. It's the same picture. And we're back. Bah! I'm gonna get you. I almost want to raise it. Like, it's just the ugliest on the planet. Looking up, look at, he's so proud of himself. It's like he doesn't realize he's hideous. We're gonna call it Farm to Table. Okay. Okay, so you can schedule your monsters. You choose what they do every week. Until you have all your set up, like, super pristine, you are simply not going to be able to leave this. You're gonna have to adjust it like over and over again. When I was expelled from school, I thought I'd lose. I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. Do you? So we haven't got to choose our own monster yet. That's what we've been dealing with. Oh yeah, we gotta do a fight first. All right. Like, real talk, why is she standing like that? Like, that's gotta hurt, right? Like, completely straight upper body and then like a 45-degree angle on your waist. See you later. Go put him in his forever box. You're done. Okay, we're gonna raise the ugliest, the Swedish fish you've ever seen. You know how funny would it be to get rid of the Garu and then raise an ape immediately, which is just Garu but ape? What are we gonna call him? We need a name for him. He's got like the old school like wig, like WHIG wig, like sideburns. This man was a founding father. This is actually what Thomas Jefferson looked like. Honest Abe. I cannot tell a lie. He's ugly as Raiden has one sound clip for everything. Yeah, and isn't it a Zoom sound clip? Grunkbird? We're grunkin'. He's looking like he needs like a distinguished name. Like a Cornelius. Toucan Sam. Dude, I wish I had more letters. Uncle Toucan Sam would be like the perfect name. Toucan Sam, does that fit? It does fit. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Oh wait, Toucans is too many letters. Wait, I'm like, yeah, it's 8. I think we just go with Bosco. I'm sorry, guys. You guys can name my next one. Okay, we got our boy Bosco. Let's train. I didn't tell him to do anything. All right, we're off to a good start. Hello, I'm the man who lives in the tree. Really don't like Makruji's face. I think it's because his eyes are so like wide. Oh, I would just like to play the game, man. I can't imagine. You can't imagine how little I care, guys. Okay. I'm pressing. Did I just get locked out? Like, he's up against the wall, so I can't push him. I'm pretty sure. Dude, I'm f***ing doing it. Am I soft locked? Whereas Monster Rancher 4 situated canonically after Monster Rancher 2. Specifically because they make like reference to it. And how the trainers there were evil because they didn't care about their monsters. And then, you know, the ultimate irony is this game basically has you setting up a f***ing factory farm to raise your monsters. After, like, scolding the player for, like, playing tryhard. Like, playing competitively. There's a whole, like, plot point in this game where it's like, you're kind of a shitty person if you play the game competitively. And then they set it up so the only way you can possibly play this game competitively is by, like, no-lifing it in the most, like, I have no connection to my monster whatsoever type of way. This man's trying to uncho me. Uncho yourself. What, I start with 99 guts? Sure. Is this a game where you can skip some tutorial and only raise one monster indefinitely, or is that something else? No, that is this one. So there is a system for counters. And the counter system like completely changes how you play the game. But there is a way to make it so it never, like, you never have to do the tutorial, and if you don't do the tutorial, the counter system never shows up. And that's by not raising more than one monster. If you bring one monster all the way to the end of the game, you never raise 2 or 3, you will never unlock counters as a mechanic in the game. And you can simply play the game without them. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's insane that they didn't think to test that. Really funny that they didn't account for that. It's such a, like, it's silly. They're just like, there's no way anyone will ever want to raise less than one monster. Or less than 3 monsters, rather. Can you even exploit it and raise a new monster on the same week? Your current one will die to get a bunch of adventure XP? Oh, that's cool. Eat a mango. Eats like D from Always Sunny, yes. Sweet Bosco over here. More praise. You did it. But, like, you know, this obviously takes a very long time, especially if you have 5 monsters. And that's like 1 week. Think about it. How long have we had this guy? He is 4 months old. We'd be almost done the Monster Rancher 4 speedrun by this point. Or Monster Rancher 2 speedrun, sorry. Since we got this guy. Noticing a lack of intrusive characters coming to the ranch in this game? Are you? Your timing couldn't have been worse, my man. What even is the story of this game? Is it any good? The story? No. The story is you dropped out of school because you killed a mochi and it gave you PTSD. And, you know, it f***ed up all your stuff. And then you meet a girl and then you guys decide to cohabitate. And she's also, like, f***ed up. And, like, has a tortured past. None of it's interesting, though. Like, the story is, like, especially for its time period, not terrible. Like, it's pretty standard RPG fare. Nothing's too crazy. Like, that's the thing that's really funny to me, right? Is when people talk about, like, oh, this game has got a really good story, most of the time, it's, like, by degrees, right? It's good for a video game, because 90% of the time, a good video game story is, like, an average B-movie story. Like, that's the best you can hope for. If the story keeps you invested in what happens, it's good enough. That's what I'm saying, is like, it doesn't need to be like ultra intellectual. It doesn't need to be the smartest thing I've ever seen in the world. GG's. Anime is evil. They train their monsters so hard and don't even let them rest, meanwhile forcing 5 monsters to do the same thing. And it's like, it's difficult. I remember, and this is going to sound crazy, one of the first YouTube videos I remember seeing when YouTube was like new and I was like searching for videos was a Monster Rancher 4 video And I'm sure I can find out who made it because it's Monster Rancher 4. It was how to properly train 5 monsters in 1 week. Yes, 17 years ago. I wasn't lying. 17 years ago, this video was uploaded. You can train 3 pretty effectively, yeah. 5 is like a lot. 5 is like you don't have the... You can't possibly set your ranch up in a way where like it makes sense. Also just like unbelievably expensive. Kind of like had more than one monster, but I miss seeing the monsters wandering around and doing stuff. I think it gave them more personality. I think that's how most people like react to this as an adult, or like as, you know, someone who maybe understands what the games were going for a little bit more. And that's why I always say when people are like, yeah, Monster Rancher 4 was the best, it was my favorite, I completely understand why. Makes perfect sense to me why someone would say that as a kid. And then as an adult, Monster Rancher 2 is just like such like a perfect like distillation of like what they were trying to do. Monster Rancher 1, obviously very similar. Monster Rancher 3, you know, a new twist on an old classic, but still essentially the same thing. You watch your guy walk around, and as much as it's like hokey, you do like become attached to the monster you're raising, right? I don't need to explain that to you guys. Like, I'm saying it as if it's like I'm embarrassed to say it and like all you guys are gonna judge me for it, but like it happens, right? You become attached to like the pixels on the screen. As much as it goes against all logic, it happens. And when you're raising 5 guys at the same time, that's completely lost. Like, the feeling is just not there at all. But yeah, we haven't even unlocked competitions yet. Oh, sorry, we haven't unlocked adventures yet. And when you adventure, you know, it's a little dungeon crawling mini game thing that you do. And you bring up to 3 monsters with you. And there's like a legitimate reason to go. That's how you get new attacks in this game. That's where you get your attacks. That's where you get your monster traits. But yeah, we haven't unlocked any new gadgets or anything. So this is very bare bones right now. It's cold and lifeless stare. It makes me feel shame. I actually can't think of an uglier thing I've seen in, like, the canon of media as a whole. No! Oh my god. Dude, he squatted on me? That man teabagged. Oh, well, watch this. Here I come. That is a huge jump. How did I do that? I've got like a 9,000 foot vertical. Feigning as that 200 foot long jump. Why is he doing this? He's clearly stronger than the monster. He's like... Is he like the most powerful man in this universe? That's so funny. These 2 names in rank E. Who's gonna win? Oh, baby. I think that like kind of sucks about this game. Monster Rancher 3 was the same way. Is that for tiebreaker purposes, a KO counts more than a regular win, which makes sense. But if they give up against you, it counts as just a win. So there are situations where a monster can give up and you lose because of it, because you've got less KOs than your opponent, than like one of the opponents does. It's really messing with me that it sounds like a zoom. Yeah, it is the zoom sound effect. Round opener, round closer. GG's! Oh my god, get out of my ring. This is my swamp. I won the official tournament. I did. My work is done. Yes, get the fuck out. Leave me alone. Never come back. Me and my boy, look at that. It was like all one-shots. I should raise my life at some point. 363 power. I should probably have more than 100 life. Oh boy, we got more. I remember the last time I played this, like 4 years ago, someone was like, this looks like the rated G meat and fuck adventure. And it kind of has that vibe. Using gadgets. It's gadget time. Can I buy anything? Do I have money for it? I do have money. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna buy a Trembompoline. We don't have the life bar, the little stick you wobble, the shake weight. Oh, I don't have. Target's gonna take up all of this. Target's huge as hell. 2x3. F that. Tub. Tub just to have it is probably fine. Tub is funny. The training method with Tub, why you might look at that and be like, how does that raise your defense? It's like a dish with a lip on it, and your monster slams on the lip so it flies up in the air and lands on their head. And they're like, they gotta like absorb the hit without their neck breaking. Do you ever upgrade the gadgets? Yeah, you get like different versions of them. These are level 1 gadgets, or it's like level 2 training. Level 1 is nothing. Level 2 is what we just got. And then there's level 3 and level 4. And the level 4 ones are like basically all you want to be using. And the level 2 becomes like your light drill. So like you don't really use level 3 for anything because it's kind of inefficient. So you use the 4 for like heavy drills, and you use the 2s for like light drills, kind of how it would work in like Monster Rancher 1, 2, or 3. But they are random drops, so that's super fun. You can have a potato. How do you feel about potatoes, my man? He likes them. I like potatoes too. There was a Bob's Burgers bit where he's like making Thanksgiving dinner, and he's like singing a song about potatoes and how everyone loves them, and then he's looks at the carrots and he's like, "You're okay too, I guess." And it like never dawned on me. And it's like, yeah, it's true. Carrots are okay, but like they're not as good as potatoes. Just like objectively speaking, they're not as good as potatoes. You can't boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. You can do all that stuff, but it's not the same. Okay, can I not die here? Let's back up a bit. Back up, back up. Tell me what you're gonna do now. Heal drop. 2 more? Uno más? Okay. I do need more life. You wouldn't need more life if you could counter, but if I counter wrong, I instantly die. So it's okay. We're chilling. Easy. Oh, we didn't kill him. Okay. They haven't like really had their stats like solidify yet. Later on, as we get into like higher ranks, we're gonna see every monster have like the exact same stat line for like everything. It's very boring. Okay, I have a huge guts disadvantage. I don't want to die here. Magic Hand won't kill me, but we're gonna swing because we only need 1 hit. Yeah, Final Guts is a thing. It's like Grit in Monster Rancher 2, except it can proc an unlimited number of times. So it's super annoying. This one found this morning. What is that? What could that possibly mean? This one found this. Are you talking about the monster? It's Karn! Mr. K. Ah, yes. Move. I don't like that at all. Why does he run like that? We picked him because he ran like that. Like, that's the reason, because it's very funny, but I totally forgot about it. I beat the Pogo Mochi game? No, there's like 86 levels or something, and we got 20 in. I was like, that's okay. We don't have to keep playing. I don't like that. So your health carries over from battle to battle. It goes up as you walk around. You heal, but it is, you can see his life, the little blue bar under his name, is going up over time as we walk. Digimon World 1 is a game that's probably objectively terrible, but I love with all my heart. So that's like Monster Rancher 1 with, or Monster Rancher in general with the story done well. It's very Monster Rancher coded. It's very, very similar in gameplay, except, you know, you have objectives and stuff, which is a completely different feel for the game than what Monster Rancher is going for, i.e., you know, you're just raising a monster, not doing anything else. Was it Digimon prior to Tamagotchi? It was like the same time, right? I had a fake Tamagotchi called Gorilla Biscuits. And I didn't know, like, that's how I found out about the band. I don't know why it was called Gorilla Biscuits. Probably just some, like, unbelievably bad translation. That's another name for meth. I'm aware. I know, like, where it comes from. But, why they would call a monster raising, like, a virtual pet Gorilla Biscuits, I don't know. Like, I know they didn't get it from the band name, but, like, that's how I found out about the band when I was, like, bricked with hard skin. Yeah. We've lost now. We can't get out. We're gonna get hit by everything. Hard skin is, you take less damage, but you dodge less. I talked about it on stream before, and I was talking to my mom about it, and I remember like being real sad because I forgot my Gorilla Biscuits pet. I can't even say Tamagotchi. I feel like I'd be sued because that's not what it was. And they'd be like, how dare you besmirch our good name? Because I forgot it at home and I needed it at school. And I was so sad, and my mom brought it to me because my mom is a wonderful, saintly person. Because it was just like a crappy knockoff, it was programmed to only live for 7 days and then it would die no matter what you did. And so on the 7th day, like ring style, it died. And I remember being so sad, specifically because I lost it on that same day. And so I lost it, and so I was like, oh no, I killed this monster, and I was so sad about it. And then I lost it again on the 7th day after I got a new one. Like after I, like, you know, brought him back to life. I lost it on the 7th day and it died again, and I'm like, I don't know if it was me that time. And then the 3rd time it died on the 7th day, and I was like, alright, I don't think it's me. But that's another one of those things. I was talking about, like, you know, time dilation and how people perceive things differently as they get older. How, you know, as time becomes a week becomes a smaller portion of your overall life, it seems like, you know, time is going faster. 7 days, 3 times in a row, 21 days. I only had that thing for a month. It seems like such a big part of my childhood. And I only played with it for like 3 weeks, and that was it. Okay, I've lost track of the schedule. Are we at Trimbompolene and then Sandbag? I think we're gonna be tired, but this is where it starts to fall apart when you're doing the adventures and stuff too. Or like how the gap between like Pokemon Red and like Gen 2 was only like a year and a half or so. And it feels like as a kid, it was like we only had one gen to play with forever, and when Gen 2 came out, it was like the biggest thing in the world. But it wasn't actually that much time. Like, it wasn't that big of a chunk of my life. So, like, ideally, you can be, like, adventuring all the time, and you raise some monsters that, like, aren't adventure ready, but, like, they'll be adventure ready later, and then, like, you, like, cycle them on and off like that. But the problem is that takes forever. Like, an adventure is only 1 week. So you can go whenever you want, but there is like an actual IRL like time investment to get that done. Kind of like Darkest Dungeon. You're giving it a little bit too much credit, but yes. I remember when Gen 2 was coming out, I printed out a sheet of sprites, brought them to school to show my friend. So when I played Gen 2 for the first time in like the weirdest possible way, which is fan translation that was only half translated, so it was still mostly Japanese. ROM that came out before it was in the West, and it was a randomizer. Before it had ever come out in the West, because I got it like a week. I got gold for my birthday, which was October 27th, and I think the games came out like October 1st or like something like that. So I got it pretty quickly. You know, I didn't get it same day because that wasn't a thing back then. It's like you're waiting for your birthday. But I played a randomizer. So the very first Pokemon I saw in the very first patch of grass was an Ampharos. And I was like, oh, this thing's cool. It was like level 3 Ampharos. But I don't think I knew it was a randomizer. Or maybe we had set it up because it was like, let's try and see if we can see all the Pokemon or whatever. Such a fabulous mon. Ampharos is sick, yeah. Bosco Holiday. Just today I was forced to say, I'm going on a Bosco holiday. Oh, we're both grimy. I love that for me. Okay. Oh, he's gonna move? He waited for me to move. And he swung. Wrong move, Holiday. As a kid, I owned so many bootleg Mario games. Dude, my cousin had this game that was like one of those like 201 Game Boy cartridges. And what it would be is like Mario Land, and then another version of Mario Land with like inverted colors, and then another version of Mario Land where you start with 1 extra life, and then another version of Mario Land where the game runs at like 10% overclock, and then another version of Mario Land where there's like only 50 seconds on the clock for each level. And like, so it wasn't 200 games in one. It was like fucking 5 games with like just like different like parameters changed. But I remember, you know, we would look at the games, and one of the Mario games, I will never forget this as long as I live. I don't know where they got it. I do know where they got it. They got it at a place called Pacific Mall, which, you know, if you live in the Greater Toronto area, you know what Pacific Mall is. But the game was called Woody Poop 30, and it was just regular Super Mario Land, but you started with 1 extra life. Was lucky enough to get a shiny Ampharos. Just by sheer luck, in the same game they introduced Mega Ampharos. Sick. I only ever got, as a kid, one shiny Pokemon. And it was a shiny Yanma. And I didn't even know because it was... I played Gold and Silver on my regular black and white Game Boy. My Game Boy Pocket. No, I got the shiny Gyarados. You know, they referred to it as Red Gyarados and did little sparkle. So we knew it was something. But, like, I thought it was, like, more powerful than a regular Gyarados, right? The first time I found a Yanma, it did that. And it was like, oh, Yanma's a rare monster, so, like, you know, it makes sense that they would, like, have the sparkles, too. And I didn't realize it was, like, how lucky that was. So what are our stats looking like? We haven't actually looked at our stats, like, at all. 400 power. Life is still pretty bad. Accuracy still bad. Speed is... it's getting better. Plow Kick is... A, accuracy, B, life damage. But, for 20 guts... This would be broken in Monster Rancher 2 if it had the same scale. So I gotta get my life up some more. But I think that's probably where we're gonna end it for today.